Hey guys, I'm Chef D-Max. Today we're going to make a Romesco sauce and you're going to love it because it's just fresh. It goes with a lot of different things. You can make pasta with it. You can have it as a condiment for meats. It's amazing. Click subscribe if you're not already doing that. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and ring that bell and I'll share new things I have coming up in the future. See you back in a second. Romesco sauce is, it's kind of a Spanish-based sauce. The Italians use it, the French have their version of it, the flavors, right? But it's all those things you're going to find in the Mediterranean. It's these beautiful tomatoes, it's peppers, it's garlic, it's olive oil, it's almonds, right? So it's a sauce made with those. So is there one particular way to make it? No, there's lots of different ways to make it. Sometimes people use one type of red pepper, sometimes they use another. Sometimes they use a dried pepper, sometimes they use tomato paste, sometimes you use roasted tomatoes, sometimes they use sun-dried tomatoes. So it really is what you want to do. This is mine, I want to share it with you. And we're going to start off by taking these small, these are like lipstick red peppers, almost kind of like a piquillo pepper like you would find in Spain, right? And I'm going to I've washed them nice with water, and I'm going to toss them with some olive oil like this, and I'm going to put this in my pan, okay, on one side. You see that? The goal is I'm going to roast these, soften them, and try to peel the skin off of those. Now these, on the other hand, are not those. These are a fresno or a red jalapeno, right? I'm going to put these to the side because tomorrow we're going to add those in when we finish this dish. That's going to give it heat. These lipstick peppers, and you can see, let me show you what they look like. They look like this, right? They look almost identical. How the heck would you know, right? But this is that's no heat at all. It's sweet. And the other one is very spicy, will burn your mouth. So we're only going to put a couple of those. We're going to put a bunch of these red bell peppers in there, or they're like a baby bell pepper. They're not really a bell pepper. They're a lipstick pepper. But it's a sweet pepper like a bell pepper. Now, the tomatoes, I'm going to also cover those in a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm going to take a little salt. So here I've got some salt, and I'm going to sprinkle salt over these. Salt's going to help them to crack a bit, right? Blister a bit. And with this, I'm just going to throw these in the oven. I want to roast these for probably about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm looking to dehydrate them. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'll cut my tomatoes in half. Let's do that. It's going to work faster this way. So you want to put the cut side down because we're looking to dehydrate these, right? The reason that we're dehydrating, the reason a lot of times people use tomato paste or they use sun-dried tomatoes is because we don't want to add the water from the tomato into this Romesco sauce, okay? We want it to be like, thicker, the kind of sauce that we could put on a pasta at the end, right? Or we could put it on a piece of bread, grilled bread, and eat it like that. So we're going to lay these down like this, cut in half, and I'll show you what we're going to do after they come out. So let's roast these at like 400 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes, and we'll see you back then. Okay, guys, we're back. I've let these roast and cool. They've been cooling for a while now. I've got 2 cloves of garlic, and I've got some parsley in here. And then from that, you want to use some tomatoes. Now, if you want to use cilantro is another good additive. You can use both parsley and cilantro, but Italian flag parsley is the best. You can see these tomatoes. You see how after roasting them, let them sit and cool, they've dehydrated quite a bit. And a lot of the burn that you see in this pan is that really the sugar that's in these tomatoes with the liquid that's in these tomatoes that has cooked down. And from that, I want to gather. I've kind of pulled the skin off as well. You can see the skin on the side here that was roasted on top of the tomatoes. You can just pull it right off the top of the tomato when you're done like that. And I also took the peppers here and I've removed the stems from there. You see these stems right here? I've removed those, and here's some on the side here too. And what I've got is just the roasted pepper. Now these little ones like this, you don't have to peel the skin off. If you wanted to remove the skin on some ones that are like a little burnt, you can do that. Sometimes that char, I think it adds a nice flavor to your Romesco sauce. So I like to leave it in. So I take my peppers just as is. Now, bigger, if you're using a bell pepper, like a bell pepper, they have a thicker skin usually than these little baby lipstick ones. And so I tend to peel that one off. I char and peel that. But these ones, I'll leave it right on for some nice char. Now, when I'm done with that, I'll put that in the front here. At this point, I'm gonna add on some. Now I use, like a lot of people use a blanched. I use this kind of skin and roasted almonds. I like the taste of that. I'm gonna put 2 heavy tablespoons of those almonds in there at first. We can add more if we want to later. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of paprika. Now smoked paprika, you could bloom that a little bit if you want to put it on your tomatoes later as at the end of the process, but I just think like just a little bit of really nice Spanish paprika in here. At this point, the moisture is going to allow it to bloom nice. It'll be perfect in here. And then I'm going to put just a little teaspoon or so, maybe not even quite a tablespoon of that. Now I need to get a knife really quick, so I'll be right back. Okay, I got my knife here. What I wanted to do, I've cleaned and I've got some peppers here. Now, these sweet peppers have no spice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the seeds right in this because I want our romesco to be very spicy. I don't like it just to be, you know, a blanc, like a mild pepper sauce. I like it to have a little bit of oomph to it. If you don't like spice, then you can just leave those red jalapenos or fresno peppers completely out, or you could cut the skin of them off and leave the seeds, discard the seeds, and that'll help as well. Then I've got my lemon here too. I always start with less, and then I add more as I go, right, to flavor. So you can't take it out, right? So we're gonna put that in, and I'm gonna put like a nice, probably teaspoon of salt, okay? And then oil, I'm gonna start with, you know, a smaller amount. Why do I start with a smaller amount of oil? Because oil is going to seize it up, right? So we want it to work and blend and get smooth a little bit, and then we'll add more oil at the end as needed. So at this point, I just put my lid on my NutriBullet. I'm gonna put this in the blender. We're gonna see what it looks like. Okay, I'm done blending for now, and I'm gonna take this off. Now you can see my sauce here is nicely pureed up. There's no heavy chunks in there. And at this point, it's all about taste. What I'm tasting, spice, pepperiness, tomato. It's got a great amount of spice. 2 of them for me was perfect because it gave me a little bite of spice, but not too much. Yeah, I think the flavor of the almond is just right. Sometimes you could put a little too much almond and it gets too grainy. This is nice and smooth still. I still want to make it a little smoother than it is, so I'm going to probably put a little bit more oil. It needs a little more salt, so I'm going to put another teaspoon of salt in there. Lemoniness it's kind of right. I almost don't want to mess with it. I think I'm just going to put just a touch more lemon in it, but I just want to be really careful. I think the smoked paprika that I put in there was perfect. That was like those 2 small teaspoons like that of really nice smoked paprika. That was right on the money. But I think it was really one of the 2 things I think it needed the most were olive oil and it needed salt. So we're gonna blend it now and see how those 2 come together, and I'll be right back. We're back, and let's take a look at it now. It looks great. Same beautiful consistency. Now the salt really helps with bring out the flavor of the almonds. You know when you have a salty almond at home, that you've got all these new flavored almonds that they're putting out there. But when you have that nice salty almond, it really brings out the flavor of the almond, and then it's going to bring out the flavor of the peppers. Let me show you the consistency on a plate. Look at that sauce. Wow, right? It's just beautiful. It's got body, okay? It's got texture to it. All of our bits of our skin are all pureed up. They're adding like a charcoaly flavor to this. When you've got the smoothness of the olive oil, lemoniness, saltiness, nuttiness, the pepper flavor is so summery with the tomato in there. This is a perfect romesco sauce. Now, with this, you can make a bunch of things. I would serve a nice, a piece of roast chicken on top of that with some vegetables, and you're done, right? Piece of fish, a nice Hardee's grilled swordfish in the summertime on top of this sauce would be amazing. You could take this sauce, keep it in the fridge for weeks, right? In a mason jar, and then if you have some pasta, boil some pasta, take it out, put it in a bowl, throw 2 tablespoons of this sauce on, a little Parmesan, and bring it together. It's going to make amazing quick sauce for you at home. So this sauce has tons of applications. I know you're going to love it. So look up. I have some new stuff coming up. I'll be doing with it in the kitchen. I know I'm going to grill some pork chops with some Romesco. So I think you're going to love the uses that you can have for this in your house. It's a great condiment to put in your kitchen. Have this is a great sauce when friends and family come over. You just need something really quick. So try it at home. Give me comments, and I'll see you back in the kitchen soon. I'm Chef Dean Max.